Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour. Brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub. Phil's, your local dive with music for the people. Chaser's Food and Spirits. XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Thank you, Zach Dresch. By the way, Zach and his fellow improv comics will be getting back in the groove. Improv Falls' new season starts September 11th, and we will keep you posted. Speaking of comedy, later in the show, comics Sara, Manson, and Koerner tell us about a fun event in the works for an iconic Sioux Falls bar. Before that, John Bowe from Old Town Dinner Theater talks about their upcoming production and what we can expect for the whole season.
Honey, look at this!
Unbelievable!
Yeah!
Yummy!
I know!
That'd be fantastic. You know what I'm talking about.
Dave's Faves!
This week's honor goes to John Bakken. He played cello in the Haig Brothers Music of Sting show last weekend. I have never seen the cello played with such enthusiasm and passion. Oh, and as soon as we can work it out between our two schedules, he will be on this show. Way to go, John Bakken. Want to know who and what else I favor? Go to the Dave's Faves page on the show website, davehollyhour.com. By the way, don't forget to join us Monday nights at Chaser's, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia with 7 fun rounds and great prizes. This Monday, August 31st, it's going to be our monthly Wild Card Trivia night. No theme, just a way for everyone to win something fun. Honorable mention. My love and I were able to take in some of Roots Fest Saturday, and then after that, Common Ground was playing. We think of Katie Reed a lot like a daughter, and then we think very highly of Matt Morrison. The two of them together provide fun cover songs over several decades, as well as some of Matt's originals. Wonderful way to relax. It was a very good weekend. Later in the show, comics Sara, Manson, and Koerner. In just a moment, artistic director John Bowe on the Dave Holly Hour. From gypsy jazz and western swing to completely improvised jazz, Trio Jazz Club has another week of incredible live music lined up. Thursday, Porch Swing brings their blend of gypsy, jazz, and western swing from South Dakota and Minnesota. Friday, welcome back the Jazzed Up Sextet, led by trombonist Rick Ayers from Okoboji. Saturday, South Dakota legend Hank Harris takes the trio stage with the Haig Brothers for a night you won't want to miss. Tuesday, welcome the incredibly talented James Torres, and Wednesday brings Jazz Jam, led by drummer Dan Heyer, where musicians from the community sit in for a completely improvised night of music. Make your plans and join this week at Trio Jazz Club. Get your tickets at triojazzclub.com.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XL Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or xlchiros.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XL Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Walking through the entryway of Phil's Pub, you can't help but notice the show pics and posters from the heyday of live bands in Sioux Falls. Phil's is back. They're on their way to reestablishing their iconic live music venue status. Come on into Phil's for a great local brew. You might just find yourself seeing some of the performers in those pictures, and a very good chance you'll see new acts that will end up being in pictures too. Phil's Pub, your local dive, with music for the people. Follow them on Facebook and other socials. Keep up to date with who's playing at the pub each week here on the Dave Holly Hour.
Arts and entertainment lovers, you hit the mark. It's the Dave Holly Hour.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, I love to talk about Sioux Empire, arts and entertainment. And, you know, the Sioux Empire is not just Sioux Falls. Some people get a little confused about that. No, we encompass a pretty good little area, including Worthing, and that includes the Old Town Dinner Theater. And artistic director John Bowe is here. How are you, sir?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Yeah, well, if I were any better, I'd be at Old Town Dinner Theater having a great meal and watching a wonderful show. But we do have season tickets.
Excellent.
Yes, so we got that taken care of. So, boy, is it this coming week or the week after?
I know, it's the week after.
Week after, starting after Labor Day then.
Yes.
That weekend after Labor Day.
Yeah, and actually, all last week I had it in my head that it was just coming up next week. So I was kind of busting my butt and putting in a little more time than I had expected, and like felt so behind. And then we got to the weekend and I was talking with Allison about tech rehearsal coming up, and she's like, well, it's on Labor Day weekend, right? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, that's 2 weeks away, not a week away. And all of a sudden, like this calm fell over me. I'm like, well, turns out instead of behind, I'm ahead of schedule. So.
Yeah, that's got to be nice too, doesn't it? In the meantime, then, yeah, it's kind of strange that we have Labor Day is on the latest day it could be, on the 7th.
And that's the big thing.
And yeah, so it throws everybody off. I know my mentality has been like, it's like, no, that's not right either. I was ready to do, like a trivia this past week. I was thinking it was the last Monday of the month. No, we got one more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll hold off on that then. All right. What are we starting off with for our first show of the season?
It's called Sin, Sex, and the CIA.
Yeah, I love it. I have heard some similar titles and so forth. Is this going to fit in that same sort of genre as those?
Yeah, like, so there's Love, Sex, and the IRS.
Yeah.
Initially, I saw this title and thought it was probably the same playwright. Nope, they're two different playwrights, just using the same wordplay.
Yeah, okay. So what do we have to look forward to in it?
Well, it's the lead character, Luke James. It is his first mission as a CIA agent. And he's pretty green and pretty dumb. So he does everything wrong and gets caught in his own traps. And it's a lot of misdirection and some false identity. And it's a fun ride.
You say false identity. It reminds me of one of my favorite skits in Saturday Night Live of all time. You may be a little young for it. It was late 70s, early 80s. It's the CIA Christmas party.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, it's hilarious. They all get wallets for Christmas and find out what their new identity for the next year is. Oh, that was so fun. So it sounds like we're going to see some of that. And you said misdirection. Are we going to have that typical farce look that we do so often at Old Town?
Oh, yes. There are 5 doors in the hallway, and there's a lot of one door closes as the next one opens,
right,
and barely missing people.
Yeah. And what's that like as a director to make sure that the blocking on that comes out just right and can be done show after show?
Well, there's always certain sections of the show that are daunting, where when you get it blocked out and it looks great on the page, and then up on stage you're like, well, that doesn't work because he has to be here, and he has to be coming out this door when he goes in. So if he's all the way on the other side of the stage, just all sorts of different reasons why you have to keep adjusting and adjusting. But once you make those final adjustments and things start running smoothly, there's one section of this show that it's about 3 to 5 minutes, absolutely no talking. But yeah, it's constant. Door opens, door closes, people missing each other by inches. And they've really dialed that in. When we first started, of course, it was a mess because you needed to get the timing down. But yeah, at this point, like, we've got sections, or during that section, there's multiple times where the sound of one door closing muffles the sound of the other door opening. So it's that precise.
Wow. At what point in the rehearsal schedule do you start doing that? Do you need them to be off book first before you delve into this? Or is it something you gradually integrate throughout the 6 weeks or so that you're rehearsing?
Well, I drill it in immediately. This is what it needs to be. And so I let them gradually get there, but they know it right up front what it has to look like at the end. So it's something where with this show, it's worked out well, where they've just slowly got it down. I've had shows in the past where it's like, all right, we need to work this section because we're just not getting the timing down.
Right.
But by the time we were off book on this one, the timing was just about there. So now that they're off book and we're able to speed everything up a little bit, it's almost right on now.
Yeah. People forget what a commitment it is to be in an Old Town show, because from the time that they audition until the last show, how many weeks we talking about?
Well, they all auditioned in the middle of July. And we get done the second weekend in October. So it's about 3 months that you're involved.
Yeah. That's a good hunk of time. No doubt about that, but so well worth it. If you've never been to Old Town, I keep telling the people that are in charge that they need to do a little bit different marketing. They need to say, have the best meal in the state of South Dakota, a home-cooked meal in the state of South Dakota, and we'll throw in a show for free. Because it's such a great time down there. And, as somebody that we've been season ticket holders for, probably 7 or 8 years now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And, and from what I do with this show, I know a lot of people. But it is so rare for me to see somebody else in the audience that I know, because you guys have this really great little business model that was started years ago that attracts so many people from outside what you would normally consider to be the quote-unquote arts crowd and so forth. That's got to make you guys happy, not just, as directors and so forth, but also then the people up on stage have to be thinking, wow, it's such a different aspect every night, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, and it's nice because I definitely feel like sometimes we compete for actors. I never feel like we're competing for our audience.
Right.
Or that I'm never worried that our audience is taking away from someone else's, because it's like you said, it's just such a varied group of people. And there's definitely theater people who come.
Right.
But then people who this is the only theater they come to, but they, they're season ticket holders. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And, some couples where it's like, you ask them both, one, their favorite part of the show, one, their favorite part of the meal. And, but they both have a great time. So it's a just a different audience from what I encounter at shows in town. But what I love is I see a lot of that audience in town here as our volunteers.
Right.
Back in the kitchen or on stage or backstage or just
house
helping out
managing and
throughout.
everything else. Yeah.
They're definitely familiar faces from in town here, because I feel like when you come to Old Town, most people, we never get rid of them. In a good way,
right?
Where it's like you come. I always looked at it like a family, even before I was in charge down there. That's just what it felt like. And so when I took over, that's kind of how I wanted to continue it. Knowing that people have things going on in their lives. I've never been a strict director. If things come up for people and they have to miss rehearsal, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to be, well, you're out of my show, or, I'm angry with you, or, it's one of those things. It's like, this is part of their life that they enjoy. It's a hobby. For some of them, it's the best part of their life, their theater. And I would never want to do anything to tamp that down or put a roadblock in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's talk about the structure of everything going on, because I think some people on Facebook probably saw your executive director saying that she was going to take a little bit different role. She's still executive director, though, correct? See, that was the part that I kind of missed or maybe glossed over or something. But for those that aren't on Facebook, didn't get anything about this, tell them what is taking place then, because we just talked about food.
Yeah. Well, first of all, our head chef, Virgin, who's been our head chef for, I want to say, at least 8 years.
Yeah.
She had to step down. She just became a little too much for her, because, she works a full-time job on top of being the head chef. So,
wow, I didn't realize that.
Yep. Yeah. And she works at an eye doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it was just one of those things where being, the physical toll was getting a little too much, as much as she wanted to be there.
Right.
And so after she stepped down, Megan, who went to culinary school, decided she wanted to try her hand in the kitchen. And so rather than, stepping down as executive director, she just stepped down as the host, and she'll be back in the kitchen as our head chef. So she'll still be on the premises. She's still running the box office, running the business end, and we'll just have a few different people who are going to be hosting.
Right.
It would be a small group of people, so it won't be someone different every time you come.
Okay.
But there'll be some familiar faces. Like I know, do you know Bob Potratz?
Oh, yes. Bob's been here in the studio for a couple of different reasons.
Oh, yeah. When I first started at the theater, Bob was a board member, and I had no idea he ever did any acting. It wasn't until I met his daughter, Ruthie, that we started talking about Bob and found out that he does have a bigger theater background. And so he's one of our hosts. So, like I said, there'll definitely be some familiar faces there. And like I said, Megan's still on the premises. So if someone really needs something, she, I don't know that she'll be available because she'll be pretty busy in the kitchen, but you'll be able to get a message to her at least.
Right.
And that's the big thing where we didn't want to have something happen where it was going to really change the format in the kitchen or the format out front. We wanted to keep some sense of continuity. So, Megan, has, as long as she's been there, knows the style of cooking, and along with Katrina Gordon, who's been working in the kitchen with Virgin, they're going to continue that same style, as well as, the format of the host. Megan's personally training all the hosts, so it should run just as it always has, just like I said, with a different face.
Yeah, so it sounds like a best of both worlds for her.
Yeah. Oh, and Megan loves to cook, and she's so excited. I'm so happy that she gets to be back there. Because I think she's going to have even more fun in the kitchen than she did out front. So
have all of you had any sampling to this date?
Not of like the current menu, but she's cooked for us like at board meetings before, where she just shows up with food for us.
Right.
Be like, well, I got to know that it might be a longer meeting tonight because we got all this stuff to discuss. And then people show up, and Megan's decided to cook for us. So I think she'll do great back there, and I think people really love it.
All right. Look forward to that. All right. So in the meantime, tell us more about this play. Not you gave us the plot, the storyline, and so forth, but who do we have playing all these fun roles?
Well, our lead character, Luke, it's actually a guy named Andrew Stetler. I've never seen him on stage, never met him before auditions, but like he won me over in the audition, and I've been so happy working with him. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a brand new face our stage, as well as Jane Fogarty. you might recognize the last name Cecily Fogarty,
Right.
Who's also in it. So it's her mother.
Oh, wow.
So they get to play together, and that's a lot of fun. And there's one line in the show where Cecily's character says, "Well, my mother always told me this." And I always chuckle when that comes up. And then some faces you've seen a lot there: Devin Bassart,
Okay.
Harold Gordon.
Yeah.
Well, then
I need to get Harold on this show, by the way. Yeah.
I'm sure you know Harold, but
Yeah.
he's great. I mean, I think he'd be great on here.
Yeah. All right. And anybody else that we need to mention that's going to be in that cast?
Oh, yeah. Tristan Hoffmeyer. The last show he was in at Old Town was Leading Ladies. But before that, it was And Then There Were None. So he's done a few shows at Old Town, but they've been pretty spaced out.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a nice, interesting group of, a couple brand new people. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is either Jane's first show or her first show in a very long time.
Okay.
Because she's volunteered down there a number of times.
All right.
But yeah, like it's a fun group.
Yeah, and you know what the interesting thing is? Okay, so you've got some new faces. You've got some
Harold. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got some old faces. I don't mean it old, but the people that are veterans of Old Town. And one of the things that comes up so often when we talk about theater on this show is the family, and that you grow a family each time you're in a different show, and then so your whole theater family continues to grow. And there's spots where one person will go, "Oh yeah, well I worked with them years ago in such and such," and that's always for people that haven't been in a situation like that. It really is interesting how your heart gets taken. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, yeah, these are great people, and I really want them in my circle. Yeah, and so how many years you been doing this down there at OT?
Executive director since 2012, so 14 years. And then I first started working there in 2006.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that theater family for you, 20 years worth down there now.
Yeah.
What's the exact date, by the way? Do you have this was my first date at OTDT, and then here's our 20th anniversary of that?
Well, June 1st was my first first official day as assistant artistic director when I first graduated from college.
All right. And so that means that in December then, 1st of December, it'll be 20 and a half.
Yep.
All right. We're getting all the statistics down there.
Well,
hey, by the way, what does the go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm creeping up on 100 shows at Old Town.
Yeah.
I figured it out last year, and it was at one point, and it was at 86.
Okay.
So it's in the next couple of years, I'm going to hit my 100th show. So that's something I want to sit down and figure out exactly which one that's going to be and try to pick out a special one.
Right. Oh.
But I think I have in mind which one I want to do, but we'll see.
All right. And so you've got that coming up and runs through October.
October 11th.
October 11th. Okay. So basically a full month right there.
Yep. It's the September 10th to October 11th.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. And then what do we have coming up after that?
Following that one is, I can never remember the name of the show.
We'll put it this way. Following that will be another great show.
Yes. Unnecessary Farce is our winter show after that one, which, I mean, obviously another farce. And we're closing the season with Trail to Oregon, musical based on the old Oregon Trail video game.
Right.
And that's going to be a hoot and a half.
Okay.
I mean, it's the music's great. It's really funny. And the audience even gets to, they get to make a decision. I was going to say play a role, but that can make some people a little nervous.
Right.
No one has to be in the show. You just get to help make a big decision about the end of the show.
Okay, yeah.
So the actors get to learn.
Gosh, I don't know of anybody in my group that would do that.
Oh yeah, we've had struggles in the past. When we did the complete works of William Shakespeare abridged many years ago, and when we did 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, man, it was like pulling teeth. It's at most nights it was another old town actor who just wasn't in the show. They just happened to be at the show that night. But yeah, to get and our stage manager would go out before the show and like talk to people in the audience. Hey, would you be willing to? No, I can't do that. But
well, I'll look forward to that show in particular and see what happens.
Spin-off. That's the next show.
There we go. Spin-off. And what is that one about then?
That it's about a guy finds or accidentally comes across a large sum of money, and he's both excited and scared, and the criminals who are looking for the money come looking for him. It is more of a farce than a suspense, but there's a little bit of suspense in there. Although I think it's kind of undercut by the slapstick comedy. So.
Hey, speaking of the family that you grow with theater, and I'm part of yours, you're part of mine. We have acted together along with Allison, so let's talk about your actual family. Pretty damn talented people.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. You got a brother that loves to act. Your folks have been in things. Boy, now we've got, I had Kim Bartling on this show about 3-4 weeks ago to promote her Broadway and Beyond that she does at McKenna Park every year. And we got to talking about you guys because she brought up your name and then she brought up David's name and so forth. And I said, yeah, they got some great... And she says, Jackson is going to be a superstar. And, oh, man, that's a pretty high compliment, first of all, coming from her. And then, how old is he now?
He's 13.
13 now. So where's he going to school this year? And at what grade level?
He's starting 8th grade at Patrick Henry.
Okay.
They do a musical every year.
Yeah.
He played Lord Farquaad last year in Shrek. And so over the summer, he was in School of Rock with the Fine Arts for Frederick's Ataxia.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd heard him, singing around the house throughout rehearsal because they only rehearse for a couple of weeks.
Right.
And when I went to the show, I had no idea that he had an actual solo because normally when he'd tell me about it.
Right.
And I just started crying.
Oh.
It's kind of a sad song about, trying to be noticed but like it just caught me off guard and it just sounded beautiful.
Man.
And it was one of those things where when I was his age, I dreamed of having a voice like he has. And like the first time I really heard him sing, it was just before we did the Lion King for our kids camp. Before then, he sung in choir and all that stuff and sang around the house, but we hold auditions, and so he starts singing, and he's got this vibrato, and it's this such a mature sound, and I couldn't believe it. It was like I didn't know where. He hadn't had really any training. Like it was just this natural talent that just came rolling out of him.
Oh wow!
And man, it's one of those things where, like I said, I am so excited for what's to come for him.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, Brian Hardy, he's the director at Lincoln High School.
Mm-hmm.
He saw him in Shrek last year, and he texted me afterwards, and he's like, "John, he's even better than you." And I'm like, "Oh, I know." He's got just such an expressive face, and he found this joy in theater that, like, I tried not to push anything on either of the kids, but he got there himself and loves it for even different reasons than I love it. But like I said, I'm just so happy and proud of him and Juniper.
Yeah.
Well, because Juniper, she just played the White
Little
Rabbit
Junie.
in Alice in Wonderland this last year, and they're both going to be in Goodnight's production of Elf coming up this
fun.
winter. Jackson's going to be Michael, Buddy's little brother.
Right.
So it's one of those things where, and I keep saying that, but I could talk about them all day, but I'll just kind of finish up by saying that it makes me so happy to see them up there, and beyond just being, their dad who loves them and loves anything they do, being able to go and see them, portray these characters,
Right.
being so young, but something that I'm like, I couldn't imagine being that good at that age.
Wow.
Because I've seen good child actors before, but they just, I don't know. There's just something about it. It just clicked with them, and I think they'll be doing it forever.
I'm looking forward to so many things yet, because I've seen Juniper on stage and doing some things too, and I think that there may be a couple of superstars in your family coming up.
Oh yeah, I really think she's going to be the director. She already does a lot of directing type things. When she's with her friends, they put on little plays, and she's always in charge. And we butt heads a little bit during kids camp because she has all these ideas.
Oh wow!
And I have to tell her we can talk about it outside of camp, but like I need to be the controlling voice, especially with all these kids.
Right.
Like if you have ideas, I would love to talk to you about them, but not in front of 25 kids. We're not going to have a debate.
Yeah. All right. It's always a pleasure talking with you, John, and appreciate you so much, and love you and your family and Old Town. You've been on a number of times now, so you've moved up to a coffee cup a couple more times. You're going to get the set of steak knives.
As long as they say the Dave Holly Hour on the handles, I'm down.
Exactly. That's what I got to do. So I got to get on this because you, I think, might be about the fourth or fifth that is pretty close to those steak knives. So we'll be working on that. What it also means, though, is that you get a different question at the end of the conversation every time you go, and this is the one I'm just absolutely loving asking people. What will be the title of your autobiography?
How did I get so lucky?
Oh.
Like the job that I have, my wife, my kids, the where I live, the friends I've made and cherish. A lot of it feels like I kind of fell into each situation where I feel so lucky / blessed that I get to do what I do where I do with the people that I get to do it with, and get to go home at the end of the night and see the people I do.
You are a lucky man.
Yes, I am.
All right. You're also very talented, gifted, and so happy that you are a friend of mine.
Oh, that's the best part about coming and doing your podcast is I get to see you. The podcast is fun, but it's
just the camaraderie and the conversations prior and after.
Yes.
All right. John Bowe, artistic director at Old Town Dinner Theater. Thanks for spending some time on the show.
Oh, my pleasure.
And we'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet, whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota Avenue. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463. Walk-ins welcome.
It's the podcast that creatives in the Sioux Empire listen to so they can learn more about other creatives. It's the Dave Holly Hour.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, it is a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire arts and entertainment. It's my passion, and when guests come in, their passion becomes my passion. And here's a couple of comics that are very passionate about not just making you laugh, but also helping things along the way, helping out certain groups, businesses, organizations, whatever it calls for. They just want to get out there and have a hell of a good party. Sara Manson and Koerner, how are the two of you?
Spectacular, Dave.
Oh,
It is
spectacular. I love that.
Pleasure to be here this morning.
Yeah, well, thank you both so much. Great,
well.
yeah, and so great to have you here. And you're here to talk about, well, basically an institution in the city of Sioux Falls.
It really is.
The Top Hat.
Yes.
So first, let's get rid of the misconception. They're not closing, they're relocating.
They are.
Correct.
Yes, and it's an interesting move when you realize where they're going from to where they're going to be. So we're going to have one last big hurrah for the Top Hat before the relocation, huh?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So where's this going to take place? At the Top Hat or outside the Top Hat?
Outside the Top Hat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tiny bar, and
Right.
boy, I've seen some shows there in the day. I've seen a lot of shows at the Top Hat in the day, and it doesn't take much to tell people are pouring out into the street from that little bar.
Exactly.
So it's going to be in the parking lot.
All right. So what date are we talking about? Time frames and so forth?
It is going to be September 19th, I believe.
No, it's
Right.
the 12th.
The 12th.
September 12th.
That's
All
a different
right.
thing. That's the 19th.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
It's the 12th. It's the 12th.
Well, hopefully it means
Yeah.
you get a gig on the 19th.
Just
yeah.
Koerner will be there.
Yeah.
Koerner's farewell to the
Yeah.
Top Hat old
Late.
location.
my personal private farewell.
How did this idea get started anyway?
So yeah, when we heard that the Top Hat, at first we did think it was closing, and it was a huge outcry because it's been such a place for all the local artists and musicians and comedians to hang out, Shriners, everybody for since 1954. That's when that bar opened, and it's the oldest bar in Sioux Falls that's had the same name for over 70 years, and I know that's incredible.
Yeah, it is very
So,
much so.
when we heard that it might be closing, we were immediately like, everybody's like, what are we going to do? We got to have a huge hurrah, and then it ends up that it is they did find a location since then, which they're moving to, but it's going to be very different than where they are now.
That it will be, because for those that are not familiar with the storyline, Glacial Lakes Distillery is where they're moving to. So a couple of blocks away, and that is, let's just say it's a considerably more modern look to it than what the Top Hat has had since 1950s and so forth. So it's going to be a little different in that regard, but so this gets together, and what are we going to have besides comics? It sounds like we've got quite a slate of stuff going on.
Music, burlesque. It is going to be
food trucks.
Yeah, food
Oh,
trucks.
there we
We're going to have
go.
Let Me Be Frank is going to be there.
Yeah.
I think there's talk of a lemonade thing going on. So it's going to be a full party.
Right.
We're going to have comedy. We're going to have music. We're going to have burlesque. There's going to be food and merchandise. I know Adam Googe designed our logo for us. which is a very cute little fox with a top hat. And it's going to be really special. You can get your merch. You can have the big final hurrah for, what the top hat used to be before, we don't know what it's going to be now when it moves to its new location.
Exactly.
So, but it's been an institution for 70 years.
Yeah. This party, it should be very fun, very loud, very raucous.
Yeah.
That's very much like what the Top Hat is.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's felt just like the quintessential dive bar to me.
I was in the Shrine for probably a dozen years or so way back. And that was quite often a after meeting spot.
Yes.
And, you just don't forget about places like that. And then it's also where I got one of the greatest pieces of advice, or just, not so much advice, but clarification of me as back then a broadcaster. Because there was a time when I did a show along with Susan Malone, whose husband at that time was Mark Antonitis. He was the general manager of Kello TV.
Okay.
And very well respected throughout the country as a broadcaster. He's been in some big markets and had some great ideas and things along that line. So we're throwing back a few. He and Susan and myself one night. And, here I am with my style of how I conduct an interview. And then there's Greg Belfridge, the, big right wing, pound the table, boom, 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 and smack into his stuff. And Mark says, Dave, you're no different than Greg. And I'm like, what? He says, you both get out of your guests what you want. It's just that when they're finished with you, they want to hug you. When they're finished with Greg, they want to punch him.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky to have you then, because I'd much rather hug you at the end of the interview than punch you. So
thank you.
That's it. Dave's got some nice teeth over there. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Yeah, they're still up. Got a big cracked one back here.
Oh, we can't see it. Not from the punching, though.
Yeah.
No.
But if you punched hard enough, it might get out of there, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it.
No.
And have to go to a used car salesman, That's a dentist. Yeah. Oh, you've got great insurance. So this is only going to cost you $10,000 out of your own pocket.
What a deal.
Goodbye to your HSA account.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, so what is the most important thing you want people to learn about the Top Hat if they've not gone there, but they're intrigued now to go, oh,
sure.
Gosh, it's been around since that, and I've never been there.
And you've never been.
Yeah.
You've got to go. You've got to see it before it moves, because it's got memorabilia from the last 70 years in it. You mentioned before the show that when you walk in, you can still smell the smoke in there, even though we haven't had smoking in bars for 20 years. And I said, I was there the night that it became illegal. We all went to the Top Hat, which is a tiny bar, so you couldn't see the person across the table from you because it's so small. And we all smoked our last cigarette indoors there, and I took pictures, and then we all put out our cigarette and said, this is the end of an era. Well, now this is 20 years later.
Right.
The Top Hat's still there. I imagine all the things over the years that people did in there for 70 years. That's when my mom was born. The Top Hat's as old as my mother. It's what it's always been billed at is the city's best dive bar.
Yeah.
It's a dive bar. It's full of memorabilia.
Exactly.
It's full of memories. It's
very maximalist, like the design. Yeah. It's just, I love just the walls, everything just covered in stickers, covered in license plates, just various stuff. It feels like it's the sort of place where it feels like anyone could be welcome at.
True.
Oh, it so is. Yeah, everybody's welcome. You'll see,
There's a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, you'll see performers out back, and it is very famous. And I looked, I cheated, I Googled it, and I was like, what is the Top Hat known for? And it said it's air conditioned and heated smoke deck out back, which when they closed the inn, you couldn't smoke inside. They built this really cool patio out back.
Yeah, and they do have a nice patio.
Yeah,
out
and
back.
It's known for after bars. Like people will go to all the other bars downtown, but everybody ends at the Top Hat because that's where everybody goes at the end of the night.
Well, it's so rare to have a place that stays open that late anymore, even.
True.
Yeah. Because what is it? Legally, we can be open till 2 a.m., right?
Right.
Yeah. And to find an open place after 11 o'clock in this town sometimes is like, Seriously?
That's
Nothing?
very true.
Yeah. And so I can definitely, that would be the vibe of going there and seeing people that have done a gig
Yes.
for that night.
Yes.
And then, they're all gathering together and, that was a great show, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And so when you remember the smoke being gone.
Yep.
When was the first time you were at the Top Hat? And go ahead and reveal the age of that, too.
Well, was I 21 yet? That is to be debated, but it would have been in the early 2000s is when I started hanging out there like regularly, you know. And it was because back then I used to manage bands, and that was the bar that every band hung out at. They were known for their PBR, their Grain Belt, their local beers.
Yeah.
And it was the place where performers went when maybe they didn't want to. They want to be around other performers, which is cool because it was a dive bar, but it was the most famous dive bar. I've had people tell me stories about a lady who worked at the Pavilion said, she said, I remember hanging out with George Carlin there, and he did a show at the Washington Pavilion.
Wow.
And then we went over to the Top Hat and we sat at the bar and we drank and we just talked all night. And not too long ago, I went to the Top Hat just because, and I'm there and in walks Foreigner. And I was like, you're Foreigner. And they were like, yeah. I said, what are you doing here? They said, oh, we just had a private show in town and we love this bar. So, I mean, it's the sort of place you walk into and there's freaking George Carlin sitting at the bar, but he doesn't want to be bothered either. He doesn't want to go to some bougie, gentrified bar. They want a dive bar, and that's the best there is in Sioux Falls.
Oh, and dive bars in and of themselves are spectacular.
And it's a special one though. It's so special.
Right.
It's not just a dive bar. It's the dive bar everybody has supported and taken care of over the years because everybody loves it so much.
Yes, and at $2 a beer.
Yeah,
that's what's great.
Right.
You can still, like you mentioned, the PBR and the Grain Belt.
Yep.
And people that love those beers can still get them there and not have to give away a mortgage or anything.
Yeah.
Versus me and the Jack Daniels and Diet Coke with the lime. Very well priced at the Top Hat.
How much is it now, and how much was it when you started going to the Top Hat, Dave?
Oh my goodness. When I started going to the Top Hat, it might have been less than what they charge for a beer now.
Yeah. Like it was 50 cents.
But now if I go someplace else in town, it's like, seriously? You're charging me $12
It's
for
just
this?
a Jack and Diet Coke.
Yes. My goodness gracious. Did the lime cost that much?
Right.
Was that it? Yeah.
Kind of exotic organic lime is
for the
this?
experience.
Well, and here's what's fun because a lot of people will think of a ritzy bar, bougie bar, and so forth, and it's because we get such great service there. It's a different type of service because you know what? You go to a dive bar, you still get great service. It's
great
just
service.
different.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's that type. You don't have to worry about how you're dressed.
Right.
Pop in, have a couple of pops, go home, and you're a happy person.
Right.
Yeah. So, Andrew, what about you, Mr. Koerner? What was the first opportunity you had to become a member of the Top Hat Club?
Oh, I'm a bit newer to the community. Would have been back around 2019. Would have been just post open mics, comedy shows. When I was getting into comedy, everyone would be like, "Well, hey, want to go to the Top Hat? Yeah, let's go to the Top Hat." Like we'd go, we'd hang out there. Just a lot of fun back there, like in the building, out on the back
porch.
Back porch.
Yeah, back porch, back 40, whatever you want to call it.
Shotgun to Dr. Pepper
there. What's been the most fun time you've ever had there?
Oh, boy. It might have been with Foreigner for me.
Yeah.
It was just, it was funny because I watched him walk in and I was sitting out back with, a bunch of people. And I watched him walk in and I said, that's rock stars. I know it is. And rock stars because they're dressed like everybody else. But when you look close, that's a $500 jean jacket with rips in it. And not and you look at their shoes. And I guess maybe I can smell a rock star from a mile away. That's what I do for my job. I work for them. Right. And so I see these guys and I go, I know those are rock stars. I can't tell which ones they were. And I'm looking and I look it up. And of course, there's nobody listed in town because it was a private show. So finally, I just walked over to one of them and I said, hey, I know you're a rock star. What band are you in? and he said, I'm in Foreigner. And I said, I knew it. And then we just, I had, what's fun is because I work for celebrities, I don't often get to party with them, right? I'm a professional.
Yeah, you're putting the show together.
Yeah, it was them and I was not working for them. So we just had a great time. We partied all night. We had the greatest time and we were writing jokes together. We were writing funny stories and we had such a blast. And I said, I work for Pepper Entertainment and I take care of a lot of bands in town. And the next time I went to a Pepper show, the lady working, she said, Foreigner sent this for you. And she gave me a hoodie, a Foreigner hoodie. So that's awesome. That's like my prize hoodie that I wear. It's my Foreigner hoodie, but it all happened at the Top Hat. And that's such a special story for me there.
All right. So Koerner, in the short amount of time relative to how long the Top Hat's been around, what's been your favorite time there?
Oh, I feel like I don't necessarily remember my favorite time there.
That's a good way to put it.
I was just going to say, you were there the night. No, you remember Koerner, right?
Yeah. What? Oh, man. She could always use that along with, hey, remember the night we were... No.
No, just like... Not really a specific time, but pretty much any time that like people mosey down after a show.
Yeah.
Like there's always such an energy because everyone's coming off of like the high of the show and everything. Everyone's, ready to party, ready to have fun and just kick back and unwind there. It's
well, and here's another thing about, the way that they will stay open late and so forth, because before people come after a show, at a number of other places in town, they'd be going, oh, can we close now?
Right.
No, that's not the way there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, our rush at 9 o'clock is going in.
I was going to say, they're waiting for the shows to get over at the other places because that's where everybody's going to go. And when you talk about, it being a community, when you talk about going after bar, you walk in there and there's half the time there's a crock pot of food in the back. They're sharing food. It's not like you're going there and you're going to expect to pay $30 for a cheeseburger. There's probably some snacks sitting there that somebody brought that they're just sharing. That's the best kind of bar to be at. You don't feel like you got to go into the Top Hat with a $50 bill and you're going to throw that down every time you're in there.
Yeah. You
can go there with a few dollars in your pocket and get a grain belt and just visit and have a good time.
Exactly.
And everybody needs to experience that. And at least before they close that location, because the new one, I'm sure it's going to be great and we don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be the end of an era with this special place.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to be a different vibe for sure.
Yeah. And so the 12th of September.
Yes.
And
I've got a list here of some performers if you want to know who's on the show, Dave, because maybe you're not there to see Koerner and I, but you can also see Chris Fryer, Alita Windells, Randy Safik, Adam Gooch, who I said did the logo. Yep. Koerner, myself, Jerry Irby are all going to be the comedians. Then we have Night Shield with Trey Lane, Beer Goblins, Gloves and Shovels is opening the show. And then we're also going to have live painting by Ashes and Burlesque that's going to be going throughout. With also Let Me Be Frank. And I know there's going to be, I think, a little bit more food than that, too.
So what time of the day are we talking about?
This starts at 6. And I believe Gloves and Shovels starts right away. So you want to be there early because Gloves and Shovels is that brand new band with Trish Durrell and Etta McKinley, who... amazing.
Talk about a combination.
I know.
Wow.
Just powerhouse vocals with these two ladies. So you want to be there early because it's going to start at 6 or 6:30, and then it's going to be comedy to follow, and then all the music's going to be happening. So yeah, it starts at 6, and I would be there early.
And the liquor license gets them across to the parking lot?
Well, the parking lot is like out back. So it's you bet. Yeah, there's going to be serving everything out there.
That was my first worry.
Yeah. Dave, you knew you had a flask in your pocket.
Because I didn't know if I was going to have to take my special bottle.
Your special bottle.
My special water bottle like I do to some places that don't serve alcohol. Yeah.
And the tickets are only $10 in advance. They're going to be $15 at the door. And,
sweet.
I was just going to say, we're talking Top Hat prices here. I mean, you're used to you're used to paying $20 and up for a show.
Right.
And we're doing this one for half that, for that amazing lineup of performers.
Yeah, I was just going to say, look at what you're getting for that amount of money. Then.
Right.
too. And of course, I have the feeling nobody's going to walk away from that event and go, oh, God, that was boring, wasn't it? Yeah. No, not going to happen with this group.
Oh, no, this is going to be, we're going out with a bang.
Okay. So have you been working on special bits to put into your routines, specifically Top Hat related?
I have. I think we're all going to probably be telling a few stories up there about Top Hat stories. And I'm sure I'll be telling the Foreigner story. That's, it's definitely maybe not for radio. But it's going to be for this is going to be at the Top Hat bar, though.
That's what I love about being a podcaster. I'm not restricted by a clock nor language.
Ah, well, yeah,
so F you, FCC.
So you have to come to the show to hear it, but it's going to be a lot of memories and a lot of special stories. So, you should come down and tell us your stories too. It's going to be everybody hanging out all night, visiting, and, talking about the best times we've had there.
No doubt about it. Koerner, what about you with your routine? What have you been thinking about Top Hat specifically?
Oh, I'm getting loud and aggressive with it.
Okay.
It's,
not like you are regularly, huh?
No, not like I am regularly. Well,
wink,
some shows
nudge.
you want to tone down. Cut the Top Hat. That's a show where you want to cut loose. So get fun with it.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt about that. All right, so we're coming up on 6 p.m. on the 12th. You two are going to be returning in a couple of weeks as well to remind us of this.
I think we're going to have different.
Yeah,
I think we're going to have different. We're going to send different performers.
Oh, excellent.
I know. We got to give you a little taste of everything.
Yes, indeed.
This really has been, the Top Hat is such a community bar. This has really been a community effort.
Oh, fantastic.
Alita, a friend of the podcast, she's been doing a lot of the organizing of it, remotely. So, because she's remote, everyone involved has been, pitching in little bits here and there.
Yeah.
It's
okay. So you've both been on the show before.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I always, on that first time that you're here, ask you about, if you weren't part of the entertainment and arts scene, what would you be entertained by? And then hobbies, etc. So you guys now get the most recent question that I love to ask.
Okay.
Koerner, what will be the title of your autobiography?
Ooh. What will be the title of my autobiography?
Koerner's got to think on it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I got to think on it. I don't know. I'm at a weird transitional stage in my life where I'm going through I'm living out on a farm now.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Well, we'll come back to you. We'll give you time to think here, because I can see that Sarah's mind has been churning. So
I like that I get asked second, but
what would be the title of your autobiography?
Mine would be called "Never Look Back and Say Could Have Been Me."
Oh,
and that is it's a line in a song that I have tattooed on my arm. It's a song that I heard and it changed my whole life.
Yeah.
And I like to, there was a point in my life where I was pretty sad and I was, I felt like I was settling for a lot. And I heard that song and it changed my life. And it's the motto I live by every day. I wrote a play about it and stuff. It's every day I like to look down and see that on my arm and say, never look back. You do everything you want to do, be everything you want to be.
Yeah, a lot of people will say, well, don't you have regrets about, I said, no. You know why? Because if you are happy at this moment, if you feel life is great at this moment, you go back, you change any one of those events.
Yes.
You're not at this moment.
No.
Yeah. Any little thing would have triggered differently.
Right.
Yeah. So I always go with that, be happy in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Be thankful that you have all that crap history you have.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Because maybe you don't see it right now, why you had to go through that to get here, but someday you will. Someday that piece is going to fall in and you're going to go, that thing happened because of this.
Right.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be here unless that one thing happened. So if you can't see it now, just wait. Just wait. Because it'll reveal itself to you eventually and you'll know.
Great title. Yep. It's a little long. I mean,
you could just call it "Could Have Been Me." But then you have to say the "Never Look Back" part.
Right.
But that's like the small print. It's just "Could Have Been Me."
There we go. All right, you've had time now, Koerner.
I think at this point in life, it's going to be can't take the kid off the farm.
I love it.
That's sweet.
That's awesome. All right.
Can't take the Koerner off the farm.
Yeah, they can't.
Koerner and Sara Manson, thank you both.
Yeah.
Thank you both for having the time to be on the show today and tell us about a great event that's coming up in the city of Sioux Falls. Certainly appreciate your time.
Yes.
Yeah,
we appreciate you. It's such an honor.
And we will be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. Phil's Pub is turning up the volume with a lineup of live music that'll take you from folk and Americana all the way to rock and roll. This Friday, August 28th, Phil's Friday brings Plastic Blow, Adam Fawcett, and Diaphane to the stage at 8 p.m., with tickets just $10 at the door. September 11th, Matt D. brings his Hard Luck Americana and Badman Ballads, followed by Colin Donnelly on September 18th, with his raw blend of outlaw country and rock. Then Thursday, September 24th, the Uppers and Off Contact take over Phil's for a night of rock and roll. And every Thursday, don't miss Trap the Queen of Spades, supporting community cats. Great music, great pizza, and plenty of Phil's vibes. See more at Phil's Facebook page.
Once again, Dave Holly.
Thanks again to my great guests, John Bowe and then Koerner and Sara Manson. As we wrap up episode number 334, we give out our Weekend Eve toast to people that believe in you, truly believe in who you are, what you do, and believe in your dreams. I have a list I keep that I try to keep under a dozen, actually. You know, wouldn't you say, you want more? No. It's because some get added, some get taken out. I narrow it to those that, like I mentioned, truly believe in me. No matter what you're trying to accomplish, you need a support group. Keep that group of believers of yours close and up to speed on your life. Here's the show pertinence. Our show website, DaveHollyHour.com, where every episode available anytime. The show is also available on your favorite podcast platforms. Email is dave@davehollyhour.com. Thank you all for supporting local arts and for taking the time to download so many episodes. I encourage you to find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying, and we shall see you in the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub, your local dive with music for the people. Chasers Food and Spirits, XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at DaveHollyHour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.